welcome back to our channel, Spiritual Sisters. I am Rochelle and I am going to be doing today the Taurus reading for July. Okay, I'm just going to jump straight in. All right, here we go. So first of all, I am using 4 different decks for you today to give you that bit of variety for the month of July. I don't like to use the same deck. I'm only using Oracle cards. I don't do tarot at this stage. Liz is going to be doing tarot for all the signs, but I do Oracle and then I just intuit my messages. That's just how I am reading currently, most of the times too as well. Hopefully one day I'll get using the tarot. It's a whole other next level tarot. Anywho, excuse me. That's interesting. What was that just then? I just got swallow your own pride. That's what I just got straight away. Swallow your own pride. You're going to have to really swallow your words and say sorry. Don't ask me what that means, but that's the message for you, Taurus. Straight off as soon as I started. That was so random. Okay, first 3 cards I pulled for you was from my own personal deck. The first card was Dream House. And then the number 6 is on the card. My word, darling, trust the signs. And then be bold. Now, I feel like these little 3 cards here are around a decision around your living arrangement. So where are you living? Maybe you are going to be wanting to buy a house or you're looking at buying a house. You're looking for that place to really find that stability for yourself. And I feel like all the readings for this month is going to be a lot around foundation and stability for some reason. I do know, I'm pretty sure we've got 2 full moons this month. And correct me if I'm wrong. Oh my God, we just got heaps of balloons on the screen. That's really weird. I don't know what that means. But basically, I've just literally lost my train of thought. I think there's a lot of Capricorn in this month. But don't quote me on it. Anyways, I did hear something. And that sun is just like beaming. Anyway, keeping it real. So the dream house, you almost like you're at this stage where you're right, is this the house for me? Or you are already looking. But this month in particular, July, for you Taurus, you're going to be like, enough's enough. I need to work out where I want to live, how I want to live, and, what's my ideal house? Because getting the card dream house is all about the living. Where are you living? Where do you want to live? What type of house do you want to live in? And really working that out. Now, you're going to need to be bold in this decision. So maybe you need to speak up. So if you're going to be living with someone else, I would say you're going to have to be the real bold one here to make sure that it is, aligned with yourself. Especially if there's someone else that you're going to be buying it with. And the other card that came with it, like I said, was called the My Word, Darling, Trust the Signs. You've really got to trust that when you're looking for a house or looking that place to live, that it is really true to you and the signs you've been getting as far as, so say you walk into a house and you've been looking at it, you just get that vibe, you get that gut instinct, you get that knowing this is the place. So really, really trust that sign that you get when it comes to looking at houses. The other 2 cards that came with the from the other deck says time to go. So I feel like you got to leave somewhere to actually find this house. And it's like I feel like you have actually been looking for quite some time. Or in 2 minds, do you need to look for another house or change where you're living or sell up? And that can mean also to renting or whatever it is that you do, right? It doesn't actually mean that you have to buy it, the house. The other one is to be fair. So, and that's when I got that card actually, now that I'm reading and just intuiting the messages, you're going to have to be fair as well. So even though you've got to be bold, you're going to have to be fair with the decision because you've got to sort of come to the middle. So there must be someone else involved with you that you're going to live with. You're going to have to be fair and understanding to the other people's choices too as well. So like compromise and come together on a decision. But it's definitely time to go wherever you are. Like there's going to be a definite change with living wherever you're living. Now, don't worry, if it's not you buying a house, you might be still going to be boarding with somebody or going and getting a different house. Like it's house related, right? It's living arrangements. The other 2 cards you got You got one from Mitchell Coombs' deck, actually, and I haven't used this for ages, this deck. And this card is the love message. Rose quartz. It's all about self-love, romance, and matters of the heart. So given that I pulled that card with all the rest of the cards that I've just read for you, obviously you're living with someone that that is true to your heart, right? Maybe it is that you're starting a new relationship, that you're starting a new beginning with this person. Maybe you've never lived with this person before. That's what I just felt really strongly then. And remember, what resonates, resonates, and what doesn't, doesn't. Just let it go. We're only talking about July here, right? But matters of the heart, making sure that it's what your heart wants, okay? But that's a really beautiful message. Get some rose quartz as well. The other card is interesting. This is a very odd card for the whole reading. This is stop living in the past. So this message is always comes out when you're a person that in all your relationships, you constantly regurgitate what you've been through in relationships. See, now I'm really feeling really strongly it is to do with someone very, very close to you or someone you love. You've got to watch that doesn't affect your future, right? And we all do it. We all go back in the past. But as long as you're not living the past in the future, we all go back. Of course we do. We all go back. But for you, Taurus, in particular this month, just making sure that your past stuff is not going to interfere with all these new decisions. So maybe you have had choices that you've made in living arrangements and who you live with hasn't worked out. And it's like, oh, it didn't work out before. So should I even do that because blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? So making sure that the past is not affecting your decisions. And then the next card you got was a beautiful little animal, and it is called a sandpiper spirit. So that must be from, well, I'm here in Australia myself, but I'm not sure. I think that's somewhere overseas, maybe. It's like a little bird. And it says, be playful. So being a Taurus, these are very serious and very logical beings of the Zodiac. And I would say for you right now, with everything that I've just read for you, stay playful, right? Don't take everything too bloody serious with all these decisions. But at the same token, I know you're going to because you're extremely logic, Taurus. And you like to plan everything out and you like to make sure everything's mapped and you like to be in control of your choices in life. I get that. But with this big decision, that if it hasn't already happened and it's about to unfold, this is saying to you to also to be playful, see the lighter side of things, not always the seriousness of big decisions. Because we can still be serious in making decisions and we can still be logical, but we can be playful at the same time. So then it doesn't feel like a bit of a burden, like a hard decision. You know, I think sometimes when we can make things harder than what they need to be. That's what I want to say to you. You can make things harder than what they need to be, Taurus, you know? So be mindful of your energy and when you're making decisions. And not only that too as well, if you're projecting that out, everyone else is feeling it around you, right? And making a new decision around a home and where we're living is a big decision. So, you know, and I know that you, Taurus, don't make decisions lightly. You make decisions very thoroughly, as most controllers you can. So, but still stay playful, right? Now, I might just give you one more card. What do I want to give you a card from? What am I feeling? I'm going to just give you a tea leaf card. So these are little fortune teller cards, and these are quite cool, these cards. I'm going to just read you one, and they're like little instant messages, right? So take it or leave it, right? So let's pull out a little message for you. This says desk. Pay attention to your work. Okay, so what I just got then really strongly for you from this little message is don't let everything else fall down because of this big decision you've got to make. So it's like you've always got to put your head into one basket and that is it. But for you, for this big decision, don't lose control of all the other things. Like it's almost like you're working in this area, but oh my God, I can't put nothing else in that area, right? Because you like to do things so well. And that's a great thing, but you also need to be working and doing all the other things that we do in our life. So make sure you're paying attention to your work as well. Don't let other things fall down around you with this big decision you're going to be making around your home. I hope you love your message this month, Taurus. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe and leave us a comment. and we'll get back to you.